you get to see family.
I will see.
He come back, see,
Yeah, never sorry. Some people will
Testing,
definitely
testing.
show out.
Yeah, but I gotta leave it like.
Some people will definitely.
Scotty all the time. I mean, I have to tell you.
You should. Yeah, you can do that. Well, now I'm reading that it's got the last obtained and all this crap.
You want to do the invitation?
That ain't good.
You want to do the invitation? So Lord, we gather here, we have nowhere else to gather. She's supposed, I'm gonna give her a few minutes.
I got some mouth problems going on.
I'm sorry. Where's she? She's supposed to be here at 6, she's a Methodist preacher. I have to call on Dwayne, I guess he represents the Methodists. So. Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you. The Methodist preacher's not gonna be here, so I guess you'll have to stand in with the invocations, I don't know. Wait a minute, that's Methodist. I don't know, I'm gonna give her a few more minutes. She's scheduled 6 o'clock. She's on the agenda.
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock.
I know I'm gonna give her a few minutes. Unless you want to pray. I do. I have to do it, but the Lord have mercy. My time we gathered here together. But we have nowhere else to gather. Give her a couple minutes.
My time is worth more than that.
Yeah, that's 6 o'clock. It is 6. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order tonight. Pastor Elliott is running late. I don't know where she is, but what we'll do to start the meeting tonight, we'll just have a moment of silence for all the people we've lost over the past year. We'll just stand and take your hats off and a moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you. Now we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First of all, we'd like to welcome everyone tonight and hope y'all enjoy the meeting and get something done. The first item on the agenda will be the public comments. If you would, if anyone has anything to say, come up and just announce your name, where your address. We appreciate it. If you have anything to say. There being no public comments, we need a motion to adopt the agenda for this meeting.
I'd like to make one change.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, on the agenda 6J, a discussion to change the voting poll location. Cheryl has an email from the Board of Elections on the reason as to why it could not be moved.
I sent an email to Adam Reagan with the electoral board, and he said that it cannot be moved to Harold Rankin Park because voters would have to walk through the grass that separates Harold Rankin Park and the building to enter the voting enclosure. Also, the gravel parking lot will be tough for older voters walking through the lot and onto the grass to get to the voting area. He also didn't believe there was enough handicap parking close to the building for voter use. So they were going to look for other places, but it's very limited in Lowell. But if we ever do pave that and then pave it from the grass part to the building, then it would be more feasible. But right now, as it stands, they're saying no.
So we're just removing 6J tonight?
6J from the meeting.
Make a mo-
Okay, any other changes?
That's it.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Make a motion, we approve the agenda minus item 6J. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you. All right, then we have the approval of the minutes for 5/13/2025. Any changes in the minutes or?
There is one change, and the copy is on your desk.
Make a motion to approve the minutes with the changes presented to us.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you.
Hold on. Hold on. Who's seconded?
Bates.
Travis made the motion. It's unanimous. So. All right, thank you. Tonight, I have a special presentation to one of our loyal citizens that's long, long overdue. First of all, I'd like to read about the gentleman that's going to receive this award tonight, Mr. John Wayne Cato, and he was truly the John Wayne before John Wayne was ever John Wayne. This guy was tough. He was one of the toughest military people that you or I have ever known. His military service, June the 10th, he was drafted in 1967. He served from Vietnam in 68 and 69, was awarded a Silver Star, a Bronze Star, and 3 Purple Hearts. In fact, John was the second highest decorated soldier in North Carolina. He came home from Vietnam on a stretcher, the only one of 6 left after an ambush. Can you imagine? That must have been a tall stretcher. A tank rolled over him to protect him from fire after he had been shot 5 times. John Cato was a true hero and was the real John Wayne. Fort Bragg was his last station of duty. He also served in the National Guard and retired from the military in 1996. At this time, I'd like to present him with the key to the city. And if we would, everyone just please stand up and give him a standing ovation.
Well, thank all of you. But these other soldiers around here know if it wasn't for my buddies, I wouldn't be here. Okay? So I got a lot of thanks from my friends.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for your service. Thank all the military, if you've been in the military before, if you would let everyone else sit down, y'all should remain standing. Anyone's been in the military. And thank you, John. Thank you for your service. And thank you for being a great citizen. Let's give these guys that's been in the military before.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, go ahead.
To represent all these fellows that was in the military. Why don't you put a monument out there where the flagpoles are at?
Yes, sir. That's the next thing that I'm bringing up as soon as we get through this. And also in the same sentence with you, we had 2 Vietnam people that didn't come home. One of them was Michael Yates Keeter. He went to Holbrook High School. He was tragically killed in Vietnam on February the 1st, 68. And not many people have heard of him, but we heard of him on the Memorial Day service. And I also need to mention Larry King P. Dab Morrow. You may recognize his name from the Main Street Bridge that's named in his honor. And I feel like the signs at the bridge are tremendous. And we sure do appreciate all of it. But in reference to all what you just said, I'd like to recommend to this board that we start a war memorial, a memorial for all the soldiers that's ever served in any war. We have the World War II monument, and we have the ones that passed away and dedicated to them. But we also need a Vietnam, Korea, Vietnam war memorial as well. And also, just like Kramer, I think they have like a floor of bricks or something that has all the soldiers. We can do the same thing here. We could actually do it out there around the monument that we have out there now. But it would take council action, and it's gonna take a little bit of time to get it done, and I'll give the council time to come up with something, maybe next meeting or two, to where we can get this started. And also, John, I'd like for you to serve as the chairman of that committee once we get it done. All right? We'd like to put it on you. And you can do it, because we know you can do it.
Yeah, one of them little old bricks,
Yeah, yeah,
little bricks now. By
Means
the
a
time
lot.
you get it carved,
yeah.
you talk $100 a brick.
Well, we'll just have to work through that and maybe get some donations and things, but we can do it. And that's a great idea, and we need, it's long overdue. And just like the gentleman that I named earlier, none of us even knew anything about it, but Darrell Tate, one of our citizens, he came up with all the information. What a great guy Darrell is, and I have to thank him for bringing all this information to me. And John, you've been already, you're in the shrine over in Mount Holly and Belmont both. You've already been honored in those cities. It's high time that Lowell did it, and we did it. And thank you again. Thank you for your service, John, and all the other soldiers here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tell your mother I said thank you.
That's a great plaque. Thank you. All right, let's see, the next item of business will be the proclamation of Juneteenth. Yeah, your copy, let me have your copy. You gotta do something. Thank you. Got so much stuff scattered around here. Anyway, this is gonna be the proclamation, for the Juneteenth celebration for all over the county, and especially here in Lowell. We want to honor, what happened. Whereas President Abraham Lincoln signed in the Emancipation Proclamation on January the 1st, 1863, declaring the slaves in Confederate territory free, paving the way for the passing of the 13th Amendment, which formally abolished slavery in the United States of America. And whereas the celebration of the end of slavery, which became known as Juneteenth, is the oldest known celebration commemorating the ending of slavery in the United States. When Union soldiers led by Major General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston, Texas on June 19, 1863, bringing news that the Civil War had ended, and the Emancipation Proclamation declared all enslaved people free, and nearly 2.5 years earlier. And whereas the first Juneteenth celebration was a time of reassurance, prayer, and the gathering of family members and neighbors, and today is time of remembrance and celebration within communities throughout the country that promotes and cultivates knowledge and appreciation of African American history and culture, while encouraging continuous self-development and respect for all people and cultures. And whereas this year's Juneteenth celebration takes place in Gaston County during the period of Saturday, June 7th through Thursday, June 19th. On Saturday, June 7th, Chair will have a celebration at 219 East Main Street from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. In Bessemer City, we have their 7th annual Juneteenth Festival at Park Street on June 14th from 2 to 9:30 p.m. And Gastonia will celebrate their annual Ebony Fest, Juneteenth Festival at the Rotary Pavilion in Gastonia, which will be held the 14th and the 19th. Now therefore, I, Larry Simons, and the City Council of Lowell, City of Lowell, do hereby declare June 19th, 2025, as in the City of Lowell, North Carolina, urge all citizens to join celebrating a day of significant in the history and heritage of our nation and city. And it is in witness thereof, I have hereunto you set my hand and caused the seal, City of Lowell, to be affixed this the 10th day of June in the year of our Lord 2025. We need a motion to adopt this.
Make a motion, we adopt proclamation 04-2025.
Motion by Scott, second by
Second.
Travis. All right, any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous. Thank you. Thank you. I'll pass that down there. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. All right, then the consent agenda. I guess the consent agenda is okay like it is. Do we have a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
Make a motion, we adopt the consent agenda.
Have a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bates, second by Travis. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous. Thank you. The re-roof to Recreation Center, Tyler.
Yeah. So attached, or in your packet, you do have a copy of the proposal to re-roof this, at the rec center. We had obtained 3 quotes. I have put the lowest quote in the packet, and I would need a vote on to approve re-roofing the community center, or the, the recreation center.
The total price is 114.
114.9, yes, sir.
Okay. Need a, council, so, wants to do that, need a motion to adopt that.
Make a motion that we re-roof the rec center, honoring Guy Roofing, I guess that's what it's called. Yeah, Guy Roofing as the contractor,
For the price, don't put the price in there.
$114,900.
Thank you. Have a second?
Second.
Motion by Chitwood, second by Bates. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous. Thank you. Thank you. All right, the public hearing, I need a motion to go into public hearing. I can just proclaim, I guess we can just be in public hearing. We're in public hearing now.
Make a motion to go into public hearing.
Okay, go ahead. Have a second.
Second.
Motion by Chitwood, second by Bates. All in favor? Thank you. All right, we're in public hearing. And anyone that would like to comment on the budget tonight, you feel free to come to the podium, state your name, and say anything if you have any questions about the budget.
Candy Funberg, 600 Robertson Boulevard. Is this on?
Can you push,
Is this on?
Is this on?
try again?
Hello? Okay. I'd like to talk on Parks and Rec. We have got finally a full-time great Parks Director, Andrea. She is doing so much, but guys, she's probably got 140 to 150 already comp hours. That's about 4 weeks of comp time. She needs help. I know in the budget it says 1 full-time position, 2 part-time maintenance techs up to 20 hours each. Those guys that's already working for her are already up to close this many hours. So I really suggest either getting her another part-time person or another full-time person. She's doing great things. Y'all know it. A lot of you come out, and she's got a lot more stuff too for the kids, for the new rec center. There's just a lot of stuff going. We don't want to lose her. I know she can't do everything that everybody wants her to do, but she's got 140 hours. That ought to tell you something. She's doing great, and just think about getting her another person. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else have any comments? Then we'll move into the discussion of the budget. The council members have anything that they'd like to add or take away?
Public hearing.
Yeah. We're still in the public
Oh,
hearing.
I'm sorry.
We're just having discussion ourselves now, just discussion. We can go out of public hearing if you want to, but we're still in discussion of the budget. But, yeah, we need a motion to go out of public hearing. Let's just do that. Then we'll just have discussion on the budget. Need a motion to go out of public hearing.
Make a motion to go out of public hearing.
Motion for Chitwood, second by
Second.
Mr. Bates. Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you. Now we can discuss the budget, if we have anything to discuss. Any council member, manager, what do you have to discuss about this budget?
The budget was put together by the city staff. We tried to stay as conservative as we could when we put this budget together. We did not raise the tax rate. The tax rate will stay the same. We did do a 3% increase on utilities, but those are the only changes inside the budget.
The only thing that I would like to add to the budget, I mean, it's a tremendous budget like it was last year, everything's great. If you look at the fund balances here of $9 million, and we're only talking about a 3% water and sewer increase, and you can raise water and sewer anytime you want to, it doesn't have to be at budget time. And what I would do, I would just continue on with our same rates of water and sewer, even though it's minute. It's probably like $24,000, but, you know, the money to some people means a lot, especially people on fixed income. But there's no reason really to raise water and sewer with the fund balances that we have on hand now. But that's the only change I see in the budget. The rest of the budget looks good to me. And if there's any other changes from any other members, if they'd like to vote on that or change anything, now's the time to do it, or either adopt the budget as written.
I think we've got a lot of good things going on with the budget. Taxes are staying the same. We are working on some improvements. I personally talked to Andrea and asked her to let me know, you know, when that time comes to to ask council for some help, and she will. Other than that, I think this is a very nice budget, and we've got a lot of good things going on for Lowell.
Your fund balance is tremendous, and I think you're doing a good job, Donald. And any other comments from anyone else? I guess we need a motion to adopt the budget.
Make a motion to approve adopt the budget for fiscal year 2026.
25, 26. Okay, have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? All in favor? All opposed? It's unanimous. Thank you. Oh, you voted, oh, I'm sorry. One against it. Mr. Bonham was against it. Okay, well, thank y'all then. It passed 3-1. We have one member absent tonight, so we'll have to go with the 3-1. But thank you. The next item, Tyler, I guess will be the I-85 betterment.
Yes, we have Randy Gates here with the MPO. She is going to present the updated I-85 betterments that was submitted to y'all with the updates.
Great, thank you. And I have someone with me this time. Michael Penny is with it's not the design build unit, I'm going to keep saying that, alternative design unit with NCDOT out of Raleigh. He's been the main point person on the municipal agreement that's been presented to you, so he graciously came from Raleigh to be able to answer any questions there's some questions that I just can't answer, so Michael will be here to help answer some of those questions, but we'll just quickly go through. I've updated the presentation based off of questions that you had the last time, information that I'd gotten from NCDOT to add to this. So if you can go to that next slide. Just a reminder of the project location, broken into different phases. You can go to the next slide. A reminder of what those timelines are going to look like. And for the city of Lowell, there are pieces within Lowell that are in each one of these 3 different phases that are here. So that's just a reminder of that. And again, those timelines, looking to let the first segment, which is I-5719B, that is from the Catawba River over to exit 23, looking to let that here very soon. So I think that timing is contingent upon what we're presenting here to you tonight. We'll go to the next slide. So some of the things that we had talked about after the last meeting, there were questions about cost, maybe some things that could be removed from what I had presented last time. So I kept the same presentation but did strike throughs for things that we have taken out to present to you a different alternative for what you can look at. So what we removed from this particular slide are the black powder-coated metal poles and mast arms at the signals, but we are still presenting the brick veneer on all of the bridges for betterments, which would include street names and medallions on the end caps. Exit 22 would still include pressure washing the existing concrete bridge. If you'll go to the next slide. As far as landscaping, we've removed the landscaping at the interchanges, so at exit 22 and 23, as well as the overpasses, but we've left in the landscaping at the roundabouts at exit 22, and those roundabouts would be at the ramps. So you can see what the city would be responsible for the maintenance of the aesthetic components to the bridges, the brick veneer, but we've removed the landscaping and the black powder-coated mast arms. If you go to the next slide. So again, just looking at what we've taken out to show you another alternative. Leaving in the interchange improvements at exit 23. That's all the brick veneer on the bridge, but we've removed those black powder-coated metal poles and mast arms, and we have removed the landscaping at exit 23. So that now brings that cost down to $456,500. If you go to the next slide. Work on the Grove Street Bridge, we're proposing the same. It would be the betterments on the bridge to include the brick veneer at a cost of $283,250. If you'll go to the next slide. For this one, we're still showing the aesthetic improvements, the betterments to the South Church Street Bridge with the brick veneer. Interchange improvements to the existing bridge at exit 22. That's just the cleaning of the bridge, like I'd mentioned last time, because that bridge structure is not being reconstructed. There's not an opportunity to do the brick veneer on that particular structure. But we've taken out the enhanced landscaping at exit 22, but we've kept in the roundabout center island landscaping betterment. So the additional work for this phase of the I-85 widening project totals $485,250. If you go to the next slide. So this is everything shown together. Combined total cost of $1.225 million. There's an escalation factor. We talked about that last time. 4% per year compounded for 3 years, and that is because the A section is coming later. NCDOT is still looking to partner with the City of Lowell in participation of $831,530, so that takes that off of the total to bring down the municipal participation to $454,000, $454,060.26. I'm looking at what we had presented last time. I did not grab that information. Was well over $1 million for Lowell's participation, and I can grab those numbers. If you'll go to the next slide. So what we are proposing now, again, with that municipal participation, looking at NCDOT, you can create a payment plan with NCDOT to spread those payments over the 10-year construction period of the whole project, which would be about $45,406 per year would be the city's contribution for this. So we've got a recommended action on the next slide, and we can talk about the specifics of each, but I just wanted to kind of point out a few things, and it's not something that I'd kind of brought up last time, but, you know, as someone who's worked on this project and worked on this with the communities and NCDOT for quite a few years now to come up with the aesthetic betterment options along the corridor, just wanted to talk a few things of why I feel, why should the city of Lowell do this? You know, I think it's important that we think about the visual continuity down the corridor, thinking about regional unity with the other communities, regional pride, taking pride in Gaston County. This is really a once-in-a-lifetime chance for us to really make this corridor something special for Gaston County. And so we've worked with Gastonia, Belmont, Gaston County. They have all approved their betterments along the corridor to include the brick veneer on all the bridges. Think about this as an economic development catalyst. I know that's something that you brought up at the last meeting about the downtown. So just think about having attractive infrastructure to really draw attention from developers, from investors, and businesses looking to come to a well-maintained community. I think that gateway impressions matter. So that is the first visual cue of what folks are seeing for residents and visitors that would be coming into Lowell. Investment in the future. So these aesthetic improvements today are going to demonstrate a commitment to the long-term community quality, growth, and appeal. So not only will it be benefiting current residents, but future residents as well. Again, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us to do something. With the surrounding communities participating, opting out may risk Lowell standing out for the wrong reasons. If you're going down the corridor and all the other bridges have the brick veneer, have landscaping, and I know that we can't do the brick veneer at exit 22, but having that that roundabout landscaping is really, again, this is one shot at getting that. So thinking about an attractive unified corridor, encouraging more visitors to stop, to shop, to spend time and money here in the community. So, you know, the things that we looked at removing, knowing the concerns that you all had with not only the cost now, but the long-term maintenance cost of the landscaping along the interchanges and the overpasses. I think what we've removed to present this other alternative are things that you could do possibly in the future. Good. So taking away the black, the powder-coated mast arms, that was a big price tag. That's something that can be done in the future. If you all decide you wanted to change out wooden poles to metal poles to black-coated, powder-coated mast arms, that's something that can be done in the future. Additional landscaping along the I-85 corridor at the overpasses and at the interchanges, that can be done in the future too. What we are presenting with this alternative are things that if you decide not to do, this is the one shot. You can't retrofit and do these things in the future. So with the brick veneer on the bridges, that can't be done in the future. It has to be completed with the project. And the landscaping at the roundabouts, because they will, and Michael can talk to this a little more, but those would be capped with concrete. And so then the underlying work that needs to be done for drainage, water, that will not be done. So there's no way to really dig that back out to landscape in the future. So what we're presenting are things that, you know, this is kind of a one shot at getting this done. The other things can be done later. So NCDOT is still looking to partner with the city with that amount that they're bringing to the table. And so with that, if you've got any questions, I'll let the expert answer the questions this time if there's things that I can't address.
Thank you.
The only thing in my opinion, and please tell me, but this is being funded, the widening is being funded by state and federal funds?
Yes,
That's
sir.
state and federal taxes that
Yes, sir.
I pay. So now you're wanting local city taxes to take care of the veterans.
Sir, yes, and part of that is because the legislature has required the department to seek those types of fundings from the local governments when they want betterments. In this case, the department did make a commitment to support the local governments with participation on the department end. So, you know, we've gone an extra step above and beyond what we really should be doing. So, you know, we've contributed when technically the legislature would not agree with that. So, you know, previously, prior to 2013, the department could participate 100% in doing betterments, but that changed at that time. I was working on the Winston-Salem project when that happened. The Business 40, if you've been up to Winston-Salem, that 1.2 mile section that has all the aesthetics, the city did contribute quite a bit on that. The department assisted from the landscaping, but all the other improvements, you see the brick, the 2 specialty bridges, the specialty lighting, et cetera, the city and the locals contributed for all that. Basically $9 million worth of improvements up there. So, you know, from a standpoint of the department really has tried to honor their commitment that they made to the local governments years ago when they said they would participate with regards to the betterments here.
And the other thing with the landscaping at the roundabouts, we all know tractor trailers will tear up a roundabout. That's where I have a problem there too.
Well,
I'm sorry, but here we are responsible for that landscaping, so once it tears up, we're gonna have to fix it.
The roundabout is set up with a truck apron, a concrete truck apron. You've got the travel lanes, and then you're going to have, the design hasn't been done, but somewhere between a 12 and a 15-foot concrete truck apron, and then there's a curb on top of that. And then landscaping sits behind that, but after that curbing, we're going to put a 10-foot concrete strip that's stamped and stained to look like brick. So if a truck were to jump that second curbing, there would be concrete there to protect from any detriment to the landscaping. So that should minimize, I can't promise, someone goes straight through the middle of it.
Yeah, you can't promise that.
But this should prohibit a vast majority of degradation with regards to trucks.
You go home, you don't mind. You go home, go back out this way and go to 85. Right there on Main Street, North Main, where those trucks turn right all the time. They've already took out several telephone poles. And you can see in there how much, dirt has been moved. You can actually see that. And I want to, before on your earlier projects here, was the maintenance part of the seating. What are they going to have to maintain? Is just the flowers and
Yes,
stuff?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The structural components, the pavement, the truck apron, the concrete apron would all be maintained by the department. The brick, if something were to hit the brick and mess up some brick, then you would just have to get a mason in to repair those sections of brick. The brick is probably similar to what was done in Business 40 project. We have a concrete portion of the retaining walls for the bridges that goes up 6 foot. So any mirrors most likely, and there's a barrier in front of that, concrete barrier. So the chances of anything really hitting the brick is slim, but that gives you an extra protection. So the brick is above 6 foot high. And then there's additional brick that will be kept in storage for all the local governments to do any of that repair work that may be needed. So far in Winston-Salem, there's not been any damages that I'm aware of. And they have over 3 miles of retaining walls and structures with brick on in that corridor.
Well, I know somebody, and back to the brick, and I'm going to refer to brick veneer. I've been told that water gets behind it, it damages, so that's responsibility on the city of Lowell if it is damaged by water getting behind it.
We've not had that problem in Winston because there's a concrete cap at the top that encapsulates that. The brick is truly just a veneer. There's a retaining wall there, and then the concrete comes up, and then there's a ledge in there for the brick to sit in. So the veneer can be removed if it had to be and put back, but we've not had any problems with that in Winston, or the turnpike has gone from stamping and staining because of the maintenance issues to brick, and they're not seeing anything on any of their projects
But
as
my
well.
question was, City of Lowell is responsible if something's damaged to that.
I think if it were something of
The
that
water
nature,
damage.
that would be more of a constructability issue that all the teams are proposing extended warranties right now for the project. So.
Well, extended warranty is only good for so long.
Right. If it were a structural issue in that regard, I think that's something the department, I can't attest to what the department will do in the future, but I think that's something the department would be more than glad to have a discussion with the city and see what can be done on that.
I guess the main thing is what I'm getting at is all these betterments, the City of Lowell is indefinitely responsible for our part of it. Right?
Yes, sir. Not just the aesthetics component, not any of the structural stuff. So,
All right, I'm talking about the betterments that y'all are asking $454,000 for.
yes, sir.
Okay.
I don't think we're committed to anything, and what's the total amount of expenditure you're talking about for this project? The total amount for Lowell's betterments?
$454.60.
We're not committed to anything unless this council votes for it. This is something prior talking.
That's
to the
why we're
board.
discussing, that's why we're here discussing it.
And also, you know yourself, the original roundabout was supposed to have been down here at the bottom of the hill on exit 22, where that convenience store is. And that's taken away a lot of aesthetics from what, to have an old roundabout up there at the top of the hill that's, we already have trouble. And the best thing, we don't even really need to widen 85, in my opinion. If you close the exit behind the Cadillac store going towards Charlotte, and then raise the speed limit to 70 miles an hour, you wouldn't have no problems. The only place we have problems is right there at that exit behind the Cadillac store. And the betterments for us, what's our total budget, Tyler, for a year? $5.5 million. So you're talking about 10% of total budget to do the betterments. And listen, here's the truth and nothing but the truth. You don't know when you're going to get started for sure, and you don't know when you're going to need this in the appropriate time, because things change just all the time. You don't know, I don't know, and I don't even think the state of North Carolina knows. I don't know if they're putting things on hold. I know a lot of things are backing down because of the western part of North Carolina. But this is committed, I understand. But there's nothing, when are they going to begin construction?
We're looking to go to award for the first portion, which is from the Catawba River Bridge all the way to exit 27 here.
That's a lot.
23.
23 rather. And that award will be in July. I would venture to say we will see the first designs from the design build team in August. I would anticipate right-of-way plans somewhere around November of 25. I would see final construction plans sometime in the early part of 26. There is a tree cutting moratorium, so they would be looking to have the right-of-way plans in October so they can cut the trees because of bat issues. Between October and April is when they can cut trees. So they'll want to make sure that they get it in this season of construction and not wait a year. The next, I would anticipate they will they'll do low-hanging fruit, which is probably the removal of the PNN spur bridge, since there's no active trains on that. They'll probably look at doing the bridge at Hickory Grove Road next, would be my guess. I don't know until I have a selected team, but that's just because it's easy to get in and get it done. The interchanges do take more time and effort to do work on. We do have pretty innovative designs for all the interchanges. That's both the Belmont-Mount Holly Road interchange and the one here at McAdenville Road. Those are a little more complex. But I would think you would see construction starting the summer of 26 on this portion of the project. The rail bridge at Grove Street, we're meeting with the railroad, Norfolk Southern, on the 18th of June in the field to try to work through issues that they have. But I would anticipate the bridge there, the Norfolk Southern Bridge, won't start construction until 28-ish because of Norfolk's. It's not because of the department, it's because of the time constraints required by Norfolk Southern for all their reviews. Each review is a 90-day review for them on anything we submit.
The good news is it doesn't have to be, we don't have to do it right away. It's going to take years. And here's the thing about it: you don't know how much more expense is going to be as time goes along, and you can't set these prices in concrete tonight, because you don't have a contract award to no one.
Sir, excuse me, Mayor, let me interject. Since this is design build, there is no going back on the prices. We take a risk, you take a risk. The risk is the price. We get a lump sum bid from the design build team. There are no line items. So when they put their bid in and we accept it, that covers the entire project from moving dirt all the way to finishing the project, laying the asphalt and striping it. So the prices we give you are not going to change. However, you take a risk that it could be less than that. We take a risk that it could be more than that. I would venture to say our risk is probably higher than your risk, because over a 10-year time period of construction and with potential issues with tariffs and everything else, the increase of cost is going to be borne by the department, and the department will not come back to you on this. This is a fixed price. What you get is a fixed price with this, with design build. Unless you decide to add something, then there is a supplement for that addition only. We do not open the original.
You're not doing anything on 23, is that correct?
Uh,
Betterments on 23?
22.
22 does not have betterments. We're widening that bridge.
Yeah, but 23 has the McCampbell side, right? It's Lowell McCampbell exit on 23. How much are they putting into it?
It's all Lowell.
Yeah.
It's still Lowell.
So how can it all be Lowell when McCampbell's on the right-hand side?
It's already been looked into. It's all in Lowell.
So they always come out on top. They know how to.
Well,
put it.
you got their portion of what the department was given them.
As far as the project itself, but you're talking maybe 6 years down the road before you'll ever see them to 23. And just based upon what you just said, you got a lot of things that has to happen before they ever drop the first shovel of dirt.
They'll start in 26 construction on this portion of the project.
How long did it take to do the last project? You just said you finished up. How many years is that in progress? How late was it?
My project on 95 winding, 17 miles, went within 6-7 months of being awarded. It is still ongoing because it's 17 miles of widening from 4 lanes to 8 lanes.
And the Salisbury project up there, it was like 5 years behind, correct?
I don't know about that one.
I'm just
sir.
talking about all the stuff's all 85, and it's all going 85 north and south going to Gastonia. And we got
This money is committed for this section of the project.
True, but just to build the road. The betterment is on the backs of the citizens of Lowell. If they chose to spend this, if they choose to spend that money, it's on the backbones of the citizens of Lowell.
The contribution for the Fed, state, whatever we call it, is there. It's up to us to end up,
454.
if that's what we want to do. It's not we're waiting on approval, it's not a this. The funds are available should we choose to participate. And I might add too, this is not a situation where we can turn around in 3 years and go, man, I'd really like to participate in this, let me jump in and do it. It's all or nothing right now. You can't decide in 5 years, man, I wish I'd done this. Let me throw some brick veneer on this exit. No. Now's the time to do it. Now's the only time you got to do it. And we got to decide as council, are we going to participate? Are we going to invest in our city? Are we going to choose to better and move forward? We're going to sit back and just let things happen around us. I mean, that's, at the end of the day, that's where we are.
We're all witness to what's happened before. It's like out here at this traffic light. It's supposed to be brick, but it's tile. It's not brick. Is it going to be real brick, or is it going to be just brick tile?
On the bridges?
Yes, sir.
That's real brick. We do not do stamp and stain on brick, and on concrete anymore for any patterning, because the maintenance cost of stripping and restaining has to occur between every 5 and 15 years. And on a bridge, that would be 3 goes at $1 million a bridge at today's cost. So the maintenance is just outrageous. So
and once the city agrees to do this, they've got to maintain it from now on, correct? Whatever betterments we create, we have to maintain it, correct?
Yes, sir. All the municipalities and local government, the county are all in that agreement with that. That have passed it at this point in time.
Any other questions from the council or anyone else?
And the department, as Randy indicated, we can set it up for payment over the life of both projects, which is a 10-year time period. So you take that fixed cost, there's no escalation, there's no interest. It's take the fixed cost and divide it by 10.
So you're saying it's going to take 10 years?
Sir?
We have the option to
You're
pay
saying
for
it's
it.
going to take 10
You
years?
can
right?
struck a check right now and pay for it all. Or you can stretch it out 10 years and pay.
But you got to see the project finished, you got to see it get going, and it's on the backs of the citizens here. We're a small town with a small budget, but it's up to this council, it's not up to me. It's
But
up to
wouldn't
them.
it be cheaper to put red lights up than put those round
Can we
things?
start this?
Because everywhere I've seen those, they're more.
So just a
red-
reminder,
roundy
the
round
mayor
than
is in
they are
charge of
red
the
lights.
running the
Actually,
meeting and declaring
there are
people, speakers in or out of order, but the council
Because a
has
lot
the
of
option
people, when the light turns
to make a
yellow,
motion to
instead of
follow
slowing
the
down,
agenda
they speed
or to
up,
make a
try to
motion
beat
to
the
the mayor on a
light, and that's when
procedural
you get a lot of
issue
T-bone
if the
accidents.
speaker's gone beyond
You
what
take a
they're
tractor
allowed
trailer,
to
it's
do.
gonna take up 3 lanes trying to go around that thing.
And we're accommodating that in the design. The outside lane is 17 foot wide for the tractor trailer, the inside lane is 15 foot, and then he has a truck apron to go up on as well as if he needs it, if there's two side by side.
Thank you, John. We gotta move on, though. That's a good question. I agree. Your questions are great. We need to ask questions, too. Do you have anything, Scott? Do you have anything?
I've been on the MPO with Randy for going on 4 years and have been in the know-how of this project and how things have improved, and I think it's great. It's a one-shot. Either we do it or don't. There's no going back. The state feds are helping us out, a little over 800,000 on their end. We can go back and do the stoplights and everything, but there's no going back and
Go
doing
back on a
bridges
bridge or
or anything.
roundabout.
This is a one and done deal. And also, every other municipality involved in this has agreed to do this. So if we go and without doing this, you're talking, Lowell's gonna just be bypassed, and you talk about downtown betterments, this is gonna help bring
Well, I get that,
people
but
into Lowell.
did the city of Belmont and the city of Gastonia think about their citizens having to pay for that? That's like I said before, the state and the
I'm
feds.
sure they absolutely
taxes on
did.
that.
Location will bring people to the city. It don't necessarily have to be on the way a bridge looks or roundabout.
Well, it doesn't
It's
have to,
located.
but if you're the one without it, and you've got it shot, and you sit there and say, I wanna go here where somebody's investing in the city, or I wanna go here where the city's not investing in themselves, which way do I wanna go?
It's not that we don't want to invest in ourselves,
Well,
but I think we
you-
have other
You can't sit there on the
projects.
side of 85 and say, we're not saying we don't wanna invest in ourselves, keep coming to us. The message that you're sending, and again, you can't turn around in 5 years going, I'd like to go back and slap some brick on this thing. You can't do it. Now's the time to do it. You're talking about 45 grand a year, period, for 10 years, to do it right and be done with it. Or sit there and say, okay, hey, we cut the tax rate to this, we've cut everything out of this, we're making it the most tax incentive place for a resident that we can, but we're not showing any investment in the city. And y'all still come.
Well,
When they've got
here's-
places everywhere else that are investing and that are doing these things, you're trying to make it great.
Here's another problem. They're investing, the state and state and federal taxes are doing the 85 that. But we can't even get them to fix, we can't get the state to fix Grove Street or North Main Street. They come out and patched it, they can keep band-aiding it all day long, but we need streets here that are state-operated streets, or state-owned streets. We need them fixed, we can't get them fixed.
I can understand and I can appreciate that argument, but I think they're two different things. There's the argument for that. There's something that we can't control, and there's something that we can't control. This is something that we can and that we can do to invest in our future. I think I made
So
it.
it's okay for us to basically triple tax our citizens
How we triple tax?
because they're already paying federal and state taxes, which is what that money should be being used for. And then we turn
Oh, they're
around,
gonna do it.
then we turn
regardless.
around and have to possibly raise taxes to pay for our part. So now they're paying taxes that they're already paying. They're paying local taxes
But here's the,
that they're already paying.
A
Here's the-
$45,000 payment yearly is not gonna hurt us and not make us have.
Nobody's
I
paying
didn't say it's
taxes,
gonna hurt
nobody's
us, but is
increasing
it fair
taxes.
to go up
right now
and
for
make the city pay for something that is not our responsibility? It's a state-maintained road, it is a state bridge, and it's not the responsibility of the city.
It is not, and they're gonna widen 85, and they're gonna widen the bridge, and we don't have to do a thing. They're gonna do it, and we don't have to do a thing. They will do it, we don't have to have, beautification, we don't have to have a thing. They're gonna do it anyway. We will be the eyesore in the middle of 85 corridor. Is the one that doesn't, and as businesses are looking to relocate, or where do I want to go, we will be the one that says, don't go here because they don't want to invest in their own place.
Here to exit 22, and that's in the middle of Groves and Church. So you go.
You're making
here, here,
decisions
and done.
right now today on your gut instinct versus where are we gonna be
And that's
5 years
fine.
from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now?
I think we have some answers from the state.
I don't think these betterments is gonna bring the business because we don't have the betterments in place right now.
And we
And
don't
we
have
have
business.
Well, everybody else
We ain't okay
is,
with-
but we don't have the property right now for the business.
We've got an empty downtown of hair places and one restaurant.
But you gotta look at how
We have
small
this
these
whole
buildings
empty-
are. If you're talking business, are we talking just a mom and pop store, hamburger joint, or are we looking for bigger businesses to
Business.
come
I think
in?
that's the whole thing, you gotta think bigger.
You gotta think,
gotta
you know, this
think
whole
big.
Exactly, but that's
You
what I'm
look at
saying.
This, you gotta look at long term.
Cramerton, Belmont and all them have got these businesses,
Right.
but they got them without the betterments.
Hold on just a second, fellas. Let's see what he got to say.
Go ahead.
If you don't mind me interjecting on a couple of the points that you brought up. Grove Street is the section, there is a section of road that will be improved when we work on the rail bridge, because we're replacing the Grove Street Bridge. It will have that's part of the aesthetics package. It'll have the brick on it. But the street work has to occur as well. There's approximately, I want to say 3/4 of a mile of Grove Street that'll be improved or redone when the bridge is done. And that's why the department currently is not redoing the Grove Street itself, because we know we have this project coming. Because that bridge has got to be replaced, and the contractor doing the work will be using that bridge as a staging area when they do the rail bridge. So I wanted to let you know about that.
Right. And well, while we're talking about that,
Yes, sir.
I apologize, I'm the type of person, if I don't talk about it now, I don't forever.
I understand.
You said 3/4 of a mile. All of Grove Street will rattle your teeth from the time you get post office all the way down to Sydney Ford. It rattles your teeth. That's what I'm talking about, the whole thing. You're only talking a 3/4 of a mile, and I imagine that's probably longer than 3/4 of a mile.
It is, and I just wanted to let you know about.
And I appreciate that too, but we need the whole thing fixed.
And that would be something that, I don't know, I'm sure the division is working on that, but I don't know where.
It's been that way for years, so I don't foresee them doing it anytime soon if they get ready to spend millions of dollars on.
Well, there's different levels and.
I get it, I
I just trying to
I know.
add information.
appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Here's my biggest concern, it's a state road. And all the time, every time we try to do something around in Lowell, they say, this is a state road, you cannot do that. Now we can take money and spend money on a state road. We got to it's either yes or no all the time on whatever we do. There's nothing here that's gonna help us in the future as far as the betterments out there. And whomever wants to build out there, they're gonna bring their aesthetics to their property to entertain customers. We're not in that part of the business, I don't think. But what we need to concentrate on is what we do have and maintain what we have. This is a state deal out here that we were affected by the previous council when they put this crosswalk and the mess out here and all these walk and don't walk signs. It looks like Fido's, I can't say it. But anyway, you say that it's a state road, we can't spend the money. But I've had the state working here for the last, 2 weeks. They've been cleaning up ditches, they've been doing a lot of things. And thank the people from Dallas. They've come in and cleaned this place up, and they've still got a lot of things to do. But we don't need to waste any more money. And you don't even know how much it's gonna be, and you say you're gonna lock it at $400,000, that sounds good. But as you know, and I know, contracts get broken all the time. And it does, you cannot maintain, you can't tell me that you know exactly what it's gonna cost to put 85 in.
Is it already explained?
I'm not telling you I know what 85 is gonna cost. Mr. Mayor, I am telling you, when we did the contract for Winston-Salem, we gave them a number, they floated a bond, they worked with their local 503 corporation, local citizens group to raise money. They floated a bond, we signed an agreement with them. We did not change that agreement except for the fact that they added 5 items. We amended the agreement to cover those 5 items only. The original amount stayed the same. I managed that project prior to it going to construction, all the way through construction. I promise you, the 400,000 plus change that's shown in this budget that we're presenting to you will be in agreement. Unless you add something to it, that cost will stay the same, and whatever you add would be added to it. We will not negotiate the original agreement. We do not do that, sir.
Right, you hit the nail on the head when you said, citizens, groups of citizens, just like we did on 85 for years. That was the most beautiful exit coming off 85. This over here was at one time. We had trees, we had everything was beautiful out there. We had a beautification committee. They got off the dairy area and they put things to work, and it was beautiful. And that was all volunteer, nothing else but volunteer. And that's the things that we look at in Lowell that we take pride in, is taking care of ourselves. And I appreciate the effort and the one, and we can handle it when the time comes. You build it, and I guarantee you there'll be some aesthetics out there, betterments by the citizens of Lowell that will take it upon themselves like they have forever. And that's the key to it. You hit the nail on the head. Let the citizens take care of this, and let's don't obligate them to $400,000 or whatever, because a penny is a penny no matter what. And like you said, everything's going up. Groceries, but hamburgers gonna be $10 a pound. I mean, we got a lot of things to talk about other than flowers, but that's up to the council. I don't have a vote. All right, do you have any more questions?
I will say on the Business 40 project in Winston-Salem, the Chamber of Commerce and the other business organizations there, after the project was completed, actually put up a billboard thanking the department and the contractor for the work. So I want to let you know that the chamber was very apprehensive about the project and the work and everything else and the aesthetics. And that project won 7 national awards. So it did help the city of Winston-Salem. I'm not saying it's going to help or not help you, but you're going to have Belmont and the county and Gastonia with betterments, and if you choose not to do it, you won't have the betterments. That's the only thing I can tell you, because we cannot retrofit the bridge construction for brick veneer, and to pull up the concrete, if we half it completely, the roundabouts, and put in landscaping, will cost you probably 3 times, because you'll have to redo the whole drainage and you'll have to open up the whole roundabout to do that.
Any more questions?
It's not that simple.
Any more questions for the council?
It's because we have to put in under drain, we have to set up for irrigation, it has to have the top soil, the appropriate soils and everything else in there, and plantings, etc. So, plant power. So it's complex.
Okay, any more questions for the council?
If you got one in the audience, he'd let the others speak.
Nobody speak, they just spoke. Go ahead, Ed, you can speak. I don't mind you speaking.
Gentlemen, I understand a little bit of the hodgepodge question. The railroad bridge is not getting, and we're not going to have the option on South Main. And I appreciate what y'all are trying to do of saving some money. But I honestly believe the $454,000 or whatever it is a good investment, because I can tell you, of all the people that ask me, when you going to get something on South Main, other things, the hotel group that wants to come, several other things, it is a one-time shot to get that. And if we're in a world of mess, if $45,000 a year breaks this town. And I'm all for you saving pennies for everybody else, the water, sewer, anything else. But I believe this compromise is a good investment for the community.
Anyone else want to comment since we opened it up to the public?
I'm done.
Go ahead, Mr. Ryan.
I did text a few of the councilmen during this discussion. And I know that the bridge actually falls into Lowell, but have we reached out to McCampbell to see if they've been able to help contribute, because they're going to benefit from it as well? I mean, they beautified downtown for them.
Mr. Ryan, like he said, what portion that the academy was gonna get, it was gonna be given to us.
That's from the federal part of it, but they don't have to pay anything in the betterment side.
Yeah, but I think he's asking,
You're right,
would
Steve.
town of Canville be willing to pay?
Part of
Part of it.
454.
Yeah, like
Yes.
contribute to it, because they're gonna reap the benefits of it as
Well,
well.
that's-
So
that would-
it wouldn't be far-fetched to say, hey, can we talk with your council and sit down and say, hey, look, you know, you're gonna benefit from this as well, can you contribute at least some to that, so like, Lowell's not paying.
That's a good idea, but I don't think it'd be up to them to go down and entertain that, because I don't think we have,
But we got it,
Mr. Ryan, I
right?
believe-
I jokingly said something a year ago, we could go over to Cadville and say, hey, northbound at exit 23, we'll sell you the medallion spot, if you will, to McCannville for, $200,000, if you want to play. You know what I'm saying? Along with what you're saying, I'm not making light of it, I'm being dead serious what you're saying. If you want to play, we can do this. It doesn't have to be Lowell on both sides. It could be Lowell and McCannville. But it's on my dime to make it done. If you want to play, I'll give you a medallion, but it's going to cost you X. So I agree with
Just
Joe.
asking for it is an option. I didn't know if y'all.
I agree.
it's a good question, great question. That's what my question was really, but it's,
And that's something we can discuss down the road, but if we do not make this decision, the right decision tonight to get this done, it's not gonna matter, there's not gonna be anything.
here's the good news, the road's gonna be put in, and then it's up to the citizens here, they can make a decision, they wanna go out there and have a volunteer group come in and spend money, that's even more important to me, to see
Citizens
what we
can't
can
build
do.
bridges.
We're not building a bridge, you're talking about the betterments.
We're talking about the bridges.
We're talking about building the betterments out there, the shrubbery and all the stuff, all
We're
the
talking
statics and
about the
stuff.
bridges, this is a one-time
We're
shot.
not building the bridge. The
They're
state and
wanting
federal
to
government are
build
building the
the
bridge. They're building it, we're not
People
building it.
They're gonna build bridges either way.
Right, the betterments and things we can do later on ourselves.
I understand.
Go ahead.
I'd just like to say, in 10 years, look how much more revenue we're going to be bringing in. The 800 houses, I think, total will be built out by then. North Point will be giving us more money every year. So.
Where are you getting 800 houses, ma'am? That's my question. Where are you getting that? Where's 800?
402 at Spencer Ridge, 80, 22.
Hey, I make a motion, we go ahead and move on, so we
Yeah.
can.
Right, I'm just, they got to talk. And
That's what
I
I'm saying,
appreciate it.
I'm
heard
sorry,
enough.
but
Because
more
this wasn't
revenue
open
will
for
be
public-
coming into Lowell
this
within the
wasn't
next
open for
10
public
years.
hearing.
Like Travis
Y'all
said, we
wanna
don't
open
do
it
it
up.
now, we can't do it at all.
May I speak to?
Yeah, everyone else spoke.
I was listening to the meeting from home and,
I made the motion of,
Wait just a minute. We can't cut people off. They opened it up
Yes,
to the
we can.
people.
you opened up for public comment.
No,
I've
we
been
didn't
on the
open it up
council
for public
12
comment.
years, and for the last 4, Ms. Gates and some others, leaders have been working on this betterment. This betterment for Lowell will be a great improvement for Lowell. Not only just for businesses, but for aesthetics. When people are coming from New York or Charlotte or whatever, it says this town takes pride in itself. $45,000 a year for 10 years, that's nothing. We've been working on this for a long time. To have the bricks and the Lowell symbol say something. It would be an eyesore for Belmont and all these other municipalities, Gaston, Union, come right to Lowell, and it looks terrible. We need to invest in our future because this is a one-time shot. And we need to really do it and do it right because we won't have a second chance to do it. And again, excuse where I'm dressed, you wear a suit tie to the meeting, but I was at home listening to it, and I said, I got to come up here and at least make a plea to this council to go ahead and invest in the city of Lowell. Thank you.
All right, now we can move on. Let's see now, I guess we'll do, anyone, the council have any questions before we move on?
I make a motion to approve the I-85 betterments. Second option, $456,060.20.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Smith, second by Mr. Bonham. Any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Was it 2-2? Oh, Lord. It ain't gonna be no betterments. I'm voting not to do it, and it's not because of you folks, but I'm not gonna waste money. When the time comes, we'll take care of our betterments. We got people here volunteer every day. And thank y'all for your time.
Appreciate it.
God bless you. Thank you. The next thing is gonna be the, well, you have a budget amendment already on number 15. What is that, Tom?
Lisa's going to present that.
Okay, go ahead.
Lisa will
Where is she?
present the budget amendment 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19, 20.
Is she here?
Yes, she's here.
Okay, good, I didn't see her. Now, all these figures, are these the new figures that we got tonight? That's what you're gonna come up to?
You look up at the top, it says as of 6/9. Please turn all phones on silent.
Yes, please.
Phone's not on silent.
Thank you. And thank y'all for coming out, we appreciate your time, thank you. Ms. Bessemer City, you take care. $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, and $20, Tyler.
Yes.
That's all at one deal.
No.
That is also.
I gotta go every one of them, every one of them. Why do we have these changes every month?
She's going
I'll see you
to.
again.
Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for coming out.
Good evening. Consideration of budget amendment number 15. This is the money from Interlocal Risk, Financing Fund of North Carolina, our insurance for the second total 2019 Dodge Charger. And this is just to receive those funds that they have given us for that vehicle.
Make a motion to approve budget amendment number 15.
Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, thank you. What's the next one?
Budget amendment number 16 is to move funds to the Community Investment Fund. These funds represent 4.5 cents of the property tax rate for the Community Investment Fund as per the fiscal year 2024-2025 budget ordinance and per resolution number 07-2023.
Let me ask you a question. I know you got this on the floor, but why do we have to move anything? It's all general fund money. Why does it have to be moved back and forth?
It's in our budget ordinance.
It's still all general fund money, correct? SCIF money, whatever, still general fund money.
It's coming from the general fund, yes, sir.
It's all.
But it is in the budget ordinance.
The thing you gave us tonight makes us look like we're in good shape, 9 million sometime.
Make a motion to approve budget amendment number 16.
Second.
Have any discussion? I just think it's every month we do this crazy stuff. Motion second, any more discussion? All in favor? Thank you. 17,
Budget amendment number 17 is to receive additional Powell bill funds above what was budgeted for fiscal year '25, and also the additional interest that was earned that was also not budgeted.
what's the total amount we have in the Powell bill money now?
What's it say right there in front of you?
This, I'm asking her, she's the
I'm
finance
telling
officer.
you
I'm not
it's right there
asking
in
you,
front.
I'm asking her, and I want to know how much interest she's talking
Motion to
about.
approve budget amendment number 17.
We need to know these things.
I'm seeing $759,297.54.
How much of it's interest? You know
That's
that?
what's in there as of
I know.
6/9.
Well, how much of it's interest? We
I
all know
want
that
to
figure.
know, I want to know $759,297.54
Yes,
in
that's the
the
total
Powell
amount,
bill.
but how much of
That's
it's
what-
interest?
That's what you asked for, was it not?
Yes, but what's the
Okay.
total amount of interest?
I second the motion that Travis made.
It's already second. On the floor.
Okay, yeah, any more discussion? My discussion is this, whenever you set these figures out here and you have a total like that, it includes your interest. And how much of it is interest? That's a simple question, it's not nothing that's
I
difficult.
don't need that.
I do, I need it.
We'll get that when you.
Well, I've already talked with Tyler today, this is the total amounts of figures, but it's not the total amount of interest. That needs to be included as well. I know it's the total amount. How much
Did
is
you
the total
ask for
amount?
interest
How much
included
is
in the
it?
total?
It says the interest earned from Powell bills, $31,100.
Thank you, that's all I needed, thank
Well,
you.
if you would learn to read it, we'd be right there.
Listen to me.
Let's go. Let's move on.
Listen, you need to,
Your
help.
motion's
I'm
second.
gonna put you on my prayer list. What else
Oh,
you
you
got?
need to do that.
I'm just kidding.
We're taking the vote?
On what?
Got a motion and a second.
Motion and a second.
On which amendment?
On the Powell bill. 17.
Okay, good. 17. I've got a motion and a second. I'll quit discussing this. Let's go ahead and vote. All in favor? All opposed? Thank you. All right, next one, number 18, I guarantee you.
Budget Amendment 18 is to increase the revenues in the general fund due to the actual revenue received being higher than the budgeted amounts. These funds were allocated over departments in the general fund to have a balanced budget, and there's, on there you can see all the entries.
Okay, you have a motion to adopt number 18?
Motion to adopt. number
Bates,
18.
Bates, motion, second by Mr. Smith. All right, no discussion, all in favor? Thank you, unanimous. Number 19,
Budget Amendment number 19 is to increase the revenues in the water and sewer fund due to the actual revenue received being higher than the budgeted amounts. These funds were allocated over the departments in the water sewer fund to have a balanced budget.
all right, we need a motion to adopt number 19,
Make a motion, we adopt budget amendment number 19.
second by
Second.
Chitwood made the motion, Bates second, all in favor? Unanimous, thank you. Number 20,
Hold on, please.
I'm glad we're down to 4, if it'd been 5, it would take.
Okay.
All right, number 20,
Budget Amendment number 20 is to increase the interest income revenue in the stormwater fund, and this is also due to the actual revenue being higher than the budgeted amounts, and these funds were allocated to stormwater expenditures to have a balanced budget.
I have a motion.
Make a motion to approve amendment number 20.
Motion by Bates, second by
Second.
Chitwood. Any discussion? All in favor? All in favor, no one opposed. All right, thank you. All right, Tyler, I guess you got the consideration of the contract for fiscal year ending June 30th.
Yeah, so we need to vote to approve the audit contract for fiscal year ending in June 30th, 2025. This is an LGC requirement. Just need a motion to approve this.
How much is it?
This was a 3-year the previous contract was signed in January 16th of 2023. The first year, 2023, was $42,700. The second,
That's what you're paying for an audit per year?
yes, the second year was $36,500. Third year for 2025 was $37,900.
Gracious. Can you not go out for bids for this stuff? We locked in
We
on.
were under contract for this one. This one's
I
to
understand,
approve a
but
one-year contract.
We don't have time to advertise for bids now, do we?
No, because you
We're
gotta have it.
under contract.
Yeah,
We're under contract with this one, so he can go out for bids next year.
June the
This
30th.
is the last one.
Yes, before 1 year, yeah, for a one-year contract, yes,
For
sir.
26, you could go out for bids or something.
Yeah, I don't,
Yeah, but you need to be looking later. Right now, we're bound.
I mean, you're paying, you're just
I
paying for
think
25.
it'd be,
You're paying it for 3 years. Now, next year, you'll have a new contract. Is this the, have you got a contract from for 26?
and I did not have that.
That would be operating without auditor for.
We'll still have an auditor for that, but no, I did not have the contract for that.
Make a motion to approve the audit contract for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025.
Second.
Okay, under discussion, shouldn't that have already been passed by the previous council to pay this? Just like us, we're going into 26, 7, 8 and on further. I don't understand why you would need a motion if it's already been approved.
You're saying that the contract was approved, but the LGC requires each year
Two.
that the council reapprove
That's
that
cor-
contract.
that's correct.
So you want to approve it for 25?
So it's
Just for that one
it's
year.
sort of a procedural
Okay.
vote that to comply with
So we got
LGC requirements.
a motion, second. Who made the motion?
I did.
Mr. Smith made the motion, second by Chitwood. Any discussion, all in favor? Thank you. All right. All right, the next thing on the agenda is going to be discussion to change the voting precinct location. We already talked about that.
That's already been-
taken
Remove
care of.
that
I'm
from the
sorry.
docket.
All right, Mr. Manager, you have your report.
Yeah, so a couple updates. Wanted to update, I got some information about the clock. The clock is expected to be completed in mid-August. I had another update from the wastewater treatment plant for the work that's being done down there. Before the meeting, I had sent everybody the updates of kind of what they're doing on there with the painting and the installation of the new doors down there. So if you didn't see that before the meeting, just look at that when you get a chance. The second thing is I also added on the email that I did send you out, the letter of intent to fund is in the supervisor's hands at DEQ at the state. Once that happens, it will go back to DEQ for their approval for signatures to then be sent to us. And the last thing that I do want to bring up, this week, I did get approached by somebody about wanting to purchase the church property up here on South Main Street. I'd like to set something up for discussion for the next meeting.
All right, do you need a motion on those previous things you were speaking about?
No.
No, he's just
motion?
giving his report.
All right, good, all right. That's good, okay, so we don't need a motion at all on your stuff. All right, the mayor and council report, Scott.
The city of.
I'm sorry,
I
city
don't have
attorney.
anything.
I'm sorry, excuse me. I'm just trying to get you out there so you're on one second, half volume. Go ahead, Scott.
I don't have anything.
All right, how about you, Mr. Chitwood?
No, I don't have anything.
Mr. Bonham?
As far as I'm concerned, no, City of Lowell real estate assets are for sale. That's all I have to say.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't understand what you said.
No, City of Lowell real estate assets are for sale as far as I'm concerned right now.
All right. You have anything, Mr. Smith?
Yes, I'd just like to point out during the county commissioners meeting that you stated that council found $5 million in a bank account. We did not find $5 million. That $5 million was the SIF fund.
We did
That's
find-
all I have to say.
Let
We
me-
did not find it, we funded it.
I appreciate your interest, but you need to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. The money was there, yes, sir, but y'all had it all. You said you only had one account. This council, the former city manager said you had one
No,
account. Yes,
sir.
he did. And you only had, the rest of them was Horizon. I went to the state of North Carolina. I got all your funds. And that's how, and.
You
thank
went
God-
to the state and got all
Yes,
of our
I got our
funds.
funds.
Bullshit. No, you
Well, that's the
didn't.
only way you could get it. You couldn't give it to us. You didn't know. You trusted Mr. Attaway. I trust
I went to
God.
Raleigh myself and
that's how you
got
got the funds.
$8.2 million
Well,
for
where's
this
it at?
place. When did you
Leave
go?
the
Where'd
money,
you go?
I didn't have to go. I used
You
the
just said you
telephone.
went to the
I
state and got all of
I
our
talked to
funds.
her on the phone, that's how I got her money. And you know
I'm
that's how
just,
we got her money.
just
And that-
making a true statement.
That is not a true statement. You had $10 million in the bank. You were showing $5 million budget. That's a true statement.
We had $5 million in the SIF.
Yeah, but you had
that
10 million
we
total.
Budgeted for.
And this council was smart enough to cut your taxes from 49 to 35 cents.
This council is
I have
spending
not
that money
seen-
in the SIF
I have
as we
not
speak,
seen
so
one of you.
I think they like it
I have
too.
not seen one of you put the money into your check where you had the old rate, not one of you. So you must enjoy that lower tax rate. You have anything else on your comments?
Not at all.
Okay. I do. Thank God. I went up there, yes, I did. I went to the county commission meeting to talk about the fire taxes, 11.5 cents. I went up there to talk to them about our 59.9 cent tax. As a citizen, I live in Lowell, I own a lot of property, and I don't like being cheated. I don't like for the county, the fire department to charge us, not our fire department, but the county. Wong is the guy's name that charges you 11.5 cents. You pay in $900,000, get $647,000. After I talked to Wong today, as much as heck as I raised with them, they said they're willing to let us have our fire department back next year because they don't like all the discussion. And what it is it's a scam. You're paying 59.9 cent property tax, Candy. You're paying 11.5 cent fire tax, Candy, and you're paying Lowell 35 cents. Now all the monies that this council saved, and at the time was 8.5 cents, we would not have lost our fire department had you folks fired Attaway whenever he went down and
We
told
never
the.
had the fire
Well,
department.
you should have fired him when he went down to the fire department and told him that he had a bid for $40-some thousand, and the fire chief ran him out of there, and they never had no more conversation. He came straight up here to try to go to the county. That's the truth and nothing but the truth. And y'all voted to do it without a public hearing or nothing. How they did it, I don't know. It could be turned around. If they're willing to let us turn it around, we'd be crazy not to. Because 7 cents of our tax rate will be far and away more than what they're getting from a $900,000 on 11.5 cent tax rate, that the county gets to enjoy our money. That's what I'm talking about. And you folks don't know anything about budgeting because you would never have gone
You
to
told
that.
the county
You would
commissioners the
never.
same exact
Exactly
thing.
right. They don't know. They have
But
a
you know it all,
rookie. They have a
right?
rookie county manager, a rookie, and that's what I told them. I didn't mince no words with them.
We have a rookie city
And-
manager, no disrespect to
Well,
ours,
listen,
but you know.
But listen, has he made any mistakes? They made a lot of them there.
Full blown fire department for the city of Lowell costs us what annually, 1.5?
No, it's costing us, we're paying them $1 million counting our 1 mile ETJ, and they get
I'm just saying, for us
$642.
to run it, for it to be ours,
It'd be like,
what's it gonna cost?
About 700,000 at the most.
1.5.
That's what they're getting now, 642, correct?
1.5, see what that is, you're right.
We're not getting that 1.5.
$2 million bucks.
We're paying, they're getting 642,000, Candy, we're paying in $1 million. We're losing $358,000. It's
You don't
simple
need to
math.
yell,
I'm giving you the answers.
but quit yelling.
I'm not yelling.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
just, hey, listen, I'm old, I want you to hear me.
I don't care if you are old, I'm old too, so
Well,
I
then-
can hear just
then
fine.
what you
Either
do.
get done with your
I'm
comment.
not through with my
and let's move
comments.
on.
I'm discussing what I'm discussing like you had an
Keep-
opportunity.
Keep on.
I'm trying to.
No,
But
you're
he's
not.
talking about it being $1.5 million for a fire department. No, it's not. They're only getting
Whose comment's
642.
done?
Tyler, how much are we getting from the county for the fire department?
I don't know.
$642,000. I got it right here in this book. Listen, I spend time, my own time, I don't expect no reward or anything, I don't want a reward, I just want to be treated fairly, and I want you to be treated fairly. Here's the deal right here, this is a sad, there's only 2 municipalities in this county being rooked like we
No
are.
money comes back to us.
It's only 642 out of $1 million. Right here it is, I don't know if y'all have ever seen it or not. Okay, here's Lowell, 594, right here, we paid in like 800 something, 933, that was last year.
Yeah, but none of that money comes back to the city.
No, it goes to the fire department.
Right,
Yeah.
which is not ours.
It
And
is
it
our
wasn't
fire
ours,
department.
it wasn't ours before it went over to
What do you
the.
mean about now? Before they went to the,
It's a-
before they went to the county, it was 100% ours.
No, it's not, it's a volunteer
That-
fire department
let him-
and it's
let-
not
let- ask him,
associated
Mr.
with the city.
That's the attorney, was it the city of Lowell's fire department before they went to the county?
I don't have an answer on that. Mayor, the only thing we ever gave them in our budget, the last, when I was on the council in 2017 and 19, the last number I remember was 305.
Yes, sir.
That's all we gave.
And then the city
And
went to
the
the
rest of
county.
it come from the county.
No, you're out of your mind, there was no money from the county, you're out of your mind.
We were 90%
You don't, that's what I'm up
At
against.
$300,000.
They don't understand their own budget, they don't remember.
And they could not
numbers.
retain employees. They
Let's
could not
talk, let's be honest.
Anything.
For $300,000.
Chitwood, let's be honest. Whenever they, listen, when they went to the county, there's a budget for $300,000 that they never, the fire department never got it. They went to the county to get their money, which we paid a large amount of money, 8.5 cents then. And now it's 11.5 cents on the new, all the, when they raise the price of the property and stuff like that. You know how much money they're getting, but we don't have anything to do with it, you're correct. But once they give you an opportunity to get it back, you should take it back. Why do you want to give up $400,000 a
So
year?
how much are they asking to what they will need, 700 and some odd thousand?
700,000.
So how many cents is that? We'd have to raise taxes.
7 cents.
We'd have to
But you're
raise
taking
taxes.
away that 11.5 cents to the county. You're taking that
So we're gonna
away.
raise the tax,
But you're
I ran on Lord Fulton to try to get the taxes lowered,
Right.
in which I did, 35 and a half. I helped to get that done. Now you're wanting the council to raise the tax rate back up 7 cents to get the county back.
And here's another question, I'm not arguing with that, but is it, when you do that, is it the City of Lowell Fire Department, or is it still a volunteer fire department where we have no oversight, no nothing, we just struck a check every year and
That's
say, you
exactly
do
what
your
we've done.
deal, and we got
had
no
control
nothing.
over it.
Yes, we did. You had to give
Mr.
the check.
Jackson, you're on the board down there. Did the city of
knows the
Lowell have
truth
any
and nothing but
control
the
over
truth.
the fire department?
We give them a
Unless
budget.
something has changed since the last time I was at a board meeting, the Lowell Volunteer Fire Department is a separate corporation
entity.
with its own ownership, its own board, its own property, and it only ever had a contract with the city of Lowell. It is not owned by the city of Lowell.
And at that time, we were funding 90% of their budget with the check that we wrote each year.
Exactly. We paid
And
for it.
had no oversight, no nothing,
If
we
you
just
had-
wrote the check and that was it.
If you had the old heads of the fire department up here, heads would roll big time. And that's the people that's held back and kept their mouth shut. They're the ones that built the fire department. It's called a volunteer fire department.
And they're no longer here.
Listen, they can't be here. They got mad and left because of the discrepancy with the former city manager. That's the truth. But we have a right as a board to get them back. Why would you want to continue giving them 11.5 cents and them only getting 700,000 that we could save 4.5 cents ourselves? You have to pay
We want to
it.
be in the fire business when we're not in the fire business,
listen.
and we can't control the fire business.
If you
So
own
we just write a
property,
check, we have
Mr.
no
Bonham,
oversight,
if you own property,
no nothing.
listen, you'd be paying 11.5 cent fire tax like I do. You'd be paying 35.5 cent city tax like I do, and you'd be paying 59.9 county tax. If you reduce that 11.5 to 7, you're automatically saving, you want to save taxes, this is how you do it. And then you got your 35.5 and your 59.9. You would save your citizens probably 4 cents on the tax rate.
So like this year, they just asked for a $2 million fire truck, so.
They're not getting it.
Yes, they are. Yeah, they did.
That's
Yes, they
not
are.
right. Where is it?
You're
Where is it?
lying. They
They
did.
not got it.
They need to
They
be
not got it.
billed like the Kimball Ford and say, hey, I need a fire truck. It's got
I
to
got
be
the
billed.
chief's number in my phone. I just talked to him today. Call him. Right here's his number. Right here's his number. Let's call him. Let's get him on the phone. Let him tell you. He's as upset about it as I am, and you should be. Talk to him.
Mayor, you keep them trucks in stock on your lot?
No, I don't have no fire trucks. Don't want one.
Okay.
Don't have no use for them. Here's his number right here. You ready for it?
I've got it in my phone.
Okay, well, call him, get him on the phone. I want you to hear his
You're the one telling the lies.
I'm not telling no damn lie. I'm
Ask
telling
him.
you the truth.
Call
You
him
better
and ask him
understand
if he
that.
is
This
not
the
having a
truth.
fire
He's
truck
not happy.
built right
He's
now.
not happy. He's not happy.
I didn't say he wasn't
He's
happy.
there, but he's upset with as much as I am.
You just said they're
But
not
we have
getting
to
a new
go
fire
through it.
truck.
They're
They
not
are getting a new fire
Where is it?
truck.
It's been 3 years, you haven't gotten it yet.
They just
But
asked
you
for it
raised
this
our
year.
taxes a fortune.
They just asked for it
Every
this
year, 8.5 cents, 11.5 cents, and 11.5 cents, and 11.5 cents again. You're out of your mind. It's up to you. We owe it to our citizens, like I told them in that meeting up there. We owe it to the citizens of Lowell to take care of them.
Who's
You
not
know,
happy?
The fire chief.
Why?
Because
is
he doesn't
not
get
happy?
no money. He's only getting a
So
portion out of $1 million.
he's got this bucket now versus
He ain't got
this.
no bucket. They
He's
spend
got
every
this
dime they
whole
got.
thing
He
of
knows that. They spend all of it,
resources
correct? What
of
money they get in the
personnel,
county, they
of
spend it.
assets of funding of this.
You're not in the fire
versus
department.
this,
You don't know
and
nothing.
You don't like it now.
You
I
absolutely
don't
don't know
understand
nothing.
how that is not better for him
How?
outside of.
He's only getting a portion of the money. You're paying in $1 million and getting $647. How
The-
dumb
the-
can you
The
be?
portion he's getting now is greater than what we were contributing before.
How dumb can you be? You're paying in $1 million and getting back $642. Are you happy with that? You're paying in $1 million and getting back $642.
Still getting double what
He's
he's
getting double my
Well,
money. It
what he's
doesn't
getting
matter.
here.
Look what it's costing you. You worry about your tax. You say you're on fixed income, but you're paying 11.5 cent tax rate. You can lower
I
that.
understand.
You understand how bad we're getting ripped off? That's the truth. We're getting ripped off. You're paying them $1 million.
Bates ain't no use
You
to
get
say
back
anything. He's right. He thinks
You
he's
know
right.
I'm right.
You know you're not right.
Are you
But
paying 11.5 cent tax?
I'm gonna
Are
let
you
him continue
paying
to talk for
11.5
about
cent?
another minute, and I'm gonna call a point of
You
order so we can
point
move
whatever you
on.
want to point.
We
Have you paid 11.5?
and we can-
Are you paying 11.5 cent fire tax?
I don't have to talk anymore.
Are you paying 11.5 cent fire tax? Yes, you are. I am too. We're paying, and we did y'all lowered our property tax, thank you. And now the county's at 59.9. We pay the county almost $1 million and get back 642. And I hope people are listening, they'll call you and they'll let you know how weak-minded this council is. It's our money. It belongs to the taxpayers. Whether you like me, I don't give a flip you like me. I didn't run for a popularity contest. I ran because the town needed help, and they've got it. And the county respects what I said, and you know they did. They're upset. May was Mental Health Month. If you keep doing the same things over and over again, there's something wrong with you, and you know it's wrong. That's the truth. I have that off my chest tonight. But we owe it to our taxpayers to give them the best thing for the money. And Vincent Wong, do you know how much money they're paying him to be assistant? He's over this countywide fire department thing. Almost $250,000 a year for salary that's generated by all these. I only have 2 municipalities, the rest of them's in the county already. But it's on the backs of 2 municipalities to pay our extreme amount of money to only get back to 642. That's all I have, and thank y'all for your education and money and math, and maybe one day you'll understand how silly you are to pay that kind of money. And I hope the citizens, when they go vote, that they remember how smart you gentlemen are.
I just have something to say.
There's nothing to say on it.
Yeah, there is.
No, there's not.
Cunningham just said the
No.
truck was, I asked him.
Nothing
He said,
else.
yes, it's been ordered 1.5 years ago, should be.
You ain't got no fire truck.
February.
You ain't got no new fire truck. You ain't got nothing. You messed up when you let.
Point of order, let's please move on.
All right.
We need a motion to point of order.
Now, what's next?
Second.
We're good. What's next on the agenda? I'm in favor of hiring Tyler for the city manager job. I'm
Agenda
going.
item for closed session.
Okay, yeah, y'all need a motion for go in closed session. I'm in favor of hiring him.
Making a motion, we go into closed session. Second. For pursuant to NCGS 143-318.11,
All in
5
favor?
and 6.
All in favor? Thank you. Have a good night, children.
I did, Chair.
Mr. Mayor and City Council, can I just say something for a moment? I'm Pastor Laura Elliott, and I'm so sorry that I was not here at the beginning of the meeting. I wanted to apologize to y'all for not being here, and I hope you'll have me back again next month.
Absolutely, appreciate it.
That was
And
my
the
fault.
folks that got here late, we had time for the public to speak earlier, but, you know, the meeting's over with now. But I apologize. I want you folks to understand one thing. I love this place. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'm in favor of Dr. Tyler, the hire. Good night. Give me the money.
Go out, man.
So for your signature, which gets notarized under this model, I'd need you to come to office tomorrow and sign the attest. But we can do, have the mayor pro tem sign, city manager. You can sign and notarize it for the city manager, I can sign, and we can have the pre-audit
I
sign.
notarize Tyler, but that comes to you. to you,
Yep,
Tyler.
yep. I'll have you bring both copies tomorrow. We'll finish that part, but everybody else can
Can you
sign.
notarize it now?
Yeah, you can notarize, totally up to you all, but you can notarize Tyler's signature tonight, if you want.
Yeah, get my stuff.
Okay.
Are we back in open session? Are we back in open session? Okay. We'll need her for minutes, I would imagine. I would like to make a motion to approve employment. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I would like to make a motion to approve employment of Tyler Cobb for the city manager's position of the city of Lowell, and to ask the authorization of the mayor pro temp Scotty Bates to sign the contract on behalf of the city of Lowell for the annual salary of $115,000
Paid to the city manager.
paid to the city manager.
Effective.
You need an effective
Immediately.
date?
Effective immediately.
Immediately. I'll second.
Got a motion by Mr. Smith, seconded by Mr. Chitwood. Any conversation? All in favor? Unanimous?
All right, let's start with, I just gonna let
This all needs to be in the meeting?
No, oh, we can adjourn, sorry.
Make a motion,
I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Second.
got a motion and a second. All in favor? Unanimous?
Congratulations, Tyler.
Sorry, who